So we have done a little bit more work here on the manipulator, the probe manipulators. Just to quickly review here, this is the an attempt, a rough design and an attempted safer version of a Lichtenberg device. Exhaust fan pulls out of the container. It's plexiglass, top and sides, perhaps the front, and this box, it's an NEMA enclosure. It's waterproof, dustproof, highly rated, ULCSA ratings, that sort of thing, for the transformer and the other control electronics and the interlock system. Now, you open the system up like this. Your workpiece goes on this blue surface that's now highlighted blue. There would, of course, be a foot switch, other safety switches that need to be engaged before you close the box. When you close the box, if your foot was on the foot switch, you would now have power on the probes. Now let's take a look at the probes. Okay, we'll try to look here from above. Okay, so the probes here are on a kind of a gimbal mechanism. At this point in the design, I've selected a 3-inch hole here because it's very difficult to get your hand through, but of course that hole would be filled by this gimbal mechanism. So let's take a quick look at the gimbal mechanism. Minimize this, maximize that one. It looks something like this. To move the probe back and forth, this gimbal is activated. To move the probe up and down, this gimbal is activated. To slide the probe in and out, it's set up. You can just slide it in and out. And there is an inner probe here too, which initially this was going to be. Let me finish. This little flange here penetrates comes to the outside of the plexiglass. These are the mounting holes for nylon screws to bolt this flange in from the inside of the plexiglass. Currently, these pivots that you see here, that pivot there that the inner gimbal is pivoting on, right in this area, those are 1/4 inch. This is thought to be something that could be 3D printed pretty easily, and we might beef all those things up. The inner tube here slides independent of the outer tube, and originally this was going to be an actuator for a gripper out on this end to grab the actual probe, to hold the probe, but it needs to be thought through whether it makes sense to actually permanently attach the the probe to this. Makes changing and servicing probes a little bit more difficult. If you want to have a rack of probes with finer and heavier probes or something like that, you could. If this was a grabber that would grab the probe. If it was a grabber, I was thinking perhaps you'd put a T-handle at the back end here. A T-handle on this 3/4 inch PVC electrical conduit. That's what it is. It's standard 3/4 inch PVC conduit. And you'd grab that with your fingers, and then with the palm of your hand you could press in this actuator, and through that motion transfer force to the inside of the container, where you could put some sort of a gripper arrangement out here to grab a probe. So that's kind of where that stands. I'm still trying to think these things through to see if this is as simple as it can be and still get do a good job, because that's the problem. You could be incorporating additional failure mechanisms here, and you certainly don't want to increase the appearance of safety, the apparent safety, without increasing the true safety. And shifting safety from one failure mode to another, and fixing this problem and finding out you've got that one. The take from Peter, pay Paul problem.